Hey everyone, it's FemTrooper. Today is sort of a event type video that I had planned on doing because I just went to the Calgary Comic and Entertainment Expo, which was amazing. I had a great experience despite, I think, some people's time there due to the overselling of passes and photo ops and such. Anyway, though, I had a blast. I go every year. I've gone, this is my third time. I don't know how long it's been going, but I'm kind of surprised why I didn't go past years. But anyway, this was my third time, and it was absolutely amazing. It was so fun. I went. It's a 3-day convention, and I went every day. The first day I didn't dress up. The second day, I wore an Uhura costume from the original Star Trek, and the third day, I wore my SpiderMan costume, as I wore last year. I didn't wear my mask, though, this time. Last year I did. Anyway, regardless, I'd like to sort of share my experience. So I'll talk about the first day. Actually, before I do that, basically the huge, it was a huge deal this year, for the Calgary Comic and Entertainment Expo because of the Star Trek Next Generation cast reunion. So pretty much everybody in the main cast was there. Yeah, like really small minor cast roles, like Whoopi Goldberg wasn't there, but like everybody, like Patrick Stewart, Brent Spiner, Jonathan Frakes, Will Wheaton, LeVar Burton, uh, everybody. Everyone was there. Michael Dorn, like the entire cast of the Next Generation. They chose to do the reunion at the Calgary Comic and Entertainment Expo. Uh, so um, uh, that in itself was a huge it's a big deal for that to have happened for them for the convention, and the other major guests, in my opinion, the most important guest, obviously, because I'm such a huge fan, was Stan Lee. Stan Lee was there. Adam West was there. Billy West, like Fry from Futurama, and tons of other voices. Tara Strong, another voice actor. John DiMaggio. Lots and lots of people. So it was really awesome. James Marsters. Yeah. Anyway, lots of people. As artists, actors, creators, voice actors, whatever. It was a huge year. And I think what happened was the expo they didn't think it was going to be as big as they thought it was going to be. So there was, like, the fire marshal was there on the Saturday because it was just too crowded and it was a little bit ridiculous. But anyway, nonetheless, I think it was a great time. So I'm going to talk about then what happened with me. So on Friday, I went. It was the first day. It opened at 3, so it wasn't as long of a day. I didn't go to a panel that day. I decided I just wanted to do all the vendors. So I ended up buying actually my Uhura costume there. My Spider-Man costume I already owned, so I wore that Sunday. But I bought my Uhura costume, so I was so excited. And then so I wore that kind of a little bit of the last bit on Friday, and I wore it on Saturday. So I bought that, and my big goal was to find Spider-Girl and the Amazing Spider-Girl comics. I'm a huge fan and collector of that series. I think it's amazing. I love Spider-Man, and so I remember when I was like 13, maybe, I got into Spider-Girl. It was sort of at the start of it, and I just fell in love. It's a great comic, so I only actually now, because I bought so many issues at the convention, which I already didn't need that many, but I only need 5 issues, and I have the whole collection, so I'm so excited. So the ones that I bought, I got actually this many comics at the expo of Spider-Girl and Amazing Spider-Girl, so I got all sorts of ones, really old ones to newer issues, like this one's issue 90. I think these are actually really good. If you want a little bit of a alternative, I guess, to Spider-Man, Spider-Girl is so good. She's supposed to, I mean, it's in a sort of alternate universe where she is Peter Parker and Mary Jane's daughter. So she's inherited that makes sense. She's inherited Peter's powers, but she's a little bit like her mom too. So yeah, they're really cool. Anyway, so I got a whole bunch, and they're really cheap. Like some of them are like $2 each. So yay. Anyway, so I got those, and that was my Friday. My Saturday was. I wanted to see the Billy West and I think it was Tara Strong and John DiMaggio. Anyway, it was a voice actors panel, and I actually didn't get in because this was the crazy horror day from hell. So I didn't manage to get into that, so I was kind of pissed off. But I did go see the Will Wheaton, Brent Spiner, and LeVar Burton panel, which was absolutely amazing. They're so fun, and I loved it when LeVar Burton talked about reading Rainbow. That was so fun. But the three of those guys are hilarious, so I was so happy to see them. And the other panel I sat in on was the Adam West panel, so that was amazing. I mean, just hearing his voice was exciting because of I just think of him. I know he's Batman, and I used to watch it when I was a little kid, but to me, he's Mayor West, so it was just funny, just things like he'd say, "Have you seen my cat launcher?" And I just lost it. Anyway, so that was really fun. So that was pretty much my Saturday. I just did panels, I walked around vendors. The original DeLorean from Back to the Future and the original Batmobile from the Adam West Batman series was there. So I actually sat in the DeLorean. And I guess as I'm talking, I will post pictures of stuff. But yeah, I sat in you have to pay $20. It goes towards like Michael J. Fox Foundation, which is for Parkinson's, and I have Parkinson's in my family, so I thought double awesome. Support Parkinson's, and I get to sit in the DeLorean. So I got a picture of me in my Star Trek outfit, sitting in the DeLorean. So that was my Saturday. So Saturday night I started panicking because of all the shit that happened on because people were freaked and people were being turned away even though they had prepaid for like photo ops and autographs and all that, so people were totally freaking, and I was, so I ended up waking up super early. I went to the convention at 7, even though it opened at 10 in the morning. I sat in line, with my silly little Spider-Man costume on, and as soon as I got actually in the first chunk of people that got let in. I was there that early, and finally I ran to the Stan Lee autograph table, which was so great because I was third in line. They had a VIP line for people who got turned away on Saturday, so I wasn't actually third, but I was third in the normal lineup. So it actually took about 3 minutes for me to actually meet him. So I don't know if I'm gonna put a little clip of that in here if that's possible, but anyway, so I'm in my little Spider-Man outfit, and finally it's my turn, and this is what I got signed by Stan Lee. I'm absolutely blown away. I can't even believe this. If you would have told me, like, I don't know, 3 months ago, or whatever, if you would have told my 14-year-old self that I was going to meet Stan Lee, I probably would have shit my pants. I'm sorry. I can't even believe this. I think if you'll ask me this in 30 years, I won't be able to believe it. So I got my Amazing Spider-Man Marvel, I know you can see my reflection. Oh well. My Amazing Spider-Man Marvel Masterworks Volume 1, signed by Stan Lee. And open it up just so you can see. There is Stan Lee's signature. And this is my certificate of authenticity that I got. I paid $5 for it after. I don't really care. I never want to sell this. It's just for me. I'm so excited. So inside the cover, there is Stan Lee's signature. Very exciting. I can't even believe it. I'm gonna freak out. He looked up at me when he was signing my book, and he said hello, and he was all smiles, and I was just freaking out. Anyway, then as soon as that was done, and as soon as I got that little certificate of authenticity, I ran over to the photo ops because his photo op was at 12, so I knew I was gonna have to wait, but there was no way I was missing that. I was so excited. I paid in advance to have my picture taken with Stan Lee, so I couldn't miss it. So I waited in line, blah 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 blah. End of story. I did actually make it in the lineup. I was in the first it was like a zigzag, kind of like a Disney World ride lineup, and I was in the first zigzag line to get my picture taken with him. Finally, they move so fast. They said, don't have time for chit chat. It's just kind of like you take your picture with them, you go, and I totally get that because it was so busy. But when it was my turn to go take my picture with him, I'm standing there in my little Spider-Man outfit, and he holds his arm out wide, and he says, "Now you come here." And oh my god, and I freaked. And he put his arm around me, and I put my arm around him, and I instantly did the web shooter pose, and he did it with me too. So right now I guess I'll post that picture as I'm talking. But I basically lost it, like, and then I was just like, thank you, oh my god. And it's a great picture, I think. I can't even believe it. It's sitting on my dresser, I'm looking at it right now, and I'm thinking, oh my god, I have a picture of me and Stan Lee, and I'm in my Spider-Man outfit. How cool is that? Oh, it's like, there's all these masterminds. It's like saying, oh, I met Walt Disney, or, I mean, he's the Walt Disney of our time, so it's so cool. Or saying, I met George Lucas, or Gene Roddenberry, or something. So, I can't even believe it, because Spider-Man means so much to me. I think I really truly fell in love with Spider-Man, sort of in that puberty, pre-whatever age, when I was like that sort of 12, 13 age. I loved Spider-Man as a little kid anyway, but I really took a liking to it then. And I don't know how to explain it, but the character of Peter Parker has always stuck with me. It's my very favorite superhero. I love, love, love it. The Spider-Man movies are they're my favorite movies. They're up there for sure. Spider-Man 2 is my favorite, but I just love the character of Peter Parker. I guess it struck a chord with me because I felt like I could relate to it. Like I'm sure everyone else can. That's really cliche. But whatever. It just means so much to me to actually meet someone so amazing like Stan Lee, to actually say, like, I met the creator of Spider-Man. That is just too much to even comprehend. I don't think people know how much this means to me. And what's even cooler is he's so cool and nice. Not that I didn't think that he wouldn't be, but you just tell that Stan Lee loves this whole thing. It's really great to see that. Because I know there are some people who do conventions that they don't want to be there. He loves it, and he makes it so fun, and I'm so glad. Honestly, this is going to sound cheesy, but, like, meeting your hero is not every day, and I actually met my hero, so that's really cool. I mean, there's tons of other people I'd like to meet, but if you really would have told me, like, this is someone I thought there's no way in hell that I would ever have met. I mean, there's people I think, yeah, you know, maybe, but not this. So that's why I love conventions. You actually get the chance to meet people that are your hero or your inspiration or your people you've watched on TV since you were a little kid. I think that's really cool. I mean, there's other actors like, just, I don't know, like Jennifer Aniston or something. That's not a geeky thing. So when are you ever going to meet her? I mean, maybe by accident in Los Angeles. But these conventions give you a chance to meet your heroes, and I think that's really special. So I just can't. I can't even believe it. It's blowing my mind. It's blowing my mind just talking about it. I will never forget that. I remember as soon as I walked away from him and I went to go, because they print off your picture immediately, and then I got a digital copy of it as well. I remember thinking, like, I was just I was shaking. I was texting my boyfriend, like, I'm speechless. I have no speech. There's no, anyway, as you can tell, I obviously had a great time. So, the Calgary Comic and Entertainment Expo is fabulous. I hope it's just as good next year, and I hope they get great, guests and big names, because it's great for the city. Anyway, I had a fabulous time there. I am just blown. I am blown away. I am blown away. Like I am like an out of body experience here. Okay, I know that's geeky, but I'm talking about a geeky convention, so you can't really fault me there. Anyway, fabulous experience. I recommend it if you're nearby, or hell, fly down. Whatever. Go to the Calgary Comic and Entertainment Expo. It's really fun, and I had a great time, and I got to meet, take a picture with, and get my Amazing Spider-Man Marvel Masterworks Volume 1 signed by Stan Lee. I can't even believe it. Anyway, that's it. I'm almost out of time. Have a great day, and I will see you later.